Hey everyone, Shashank this side. I hope you all are doing well today and safe at home. Now, as you can see on my screen, topic for today is AWS DataSync, another module or service from AWS which helps you to transfer data to and from AWS up to 10x faster speed. So, DataSync is a service where, with the help of DataSync service, you can transfer a bulk of data, terabytes of data or gigs of data from your on-premise data center to AWS cloud, or if you want to have a communication or transfer data from one region to another region, you can use data sync for faster speed. Plus, on a cross account basis as well, you can use data sync to transfer data from one account to another account within AWS. So this is one of a very good service which provides you the speed as well as the data integrity and rest of the other stuff related to the module. So I have jotted down few points regarding AWS DataSync, and then we will be going to have a practical demo on how to configure DataSync within AWS account. As of now, I don't have any on-premise data center setup because I don't have any VMware environment where with the help of DataSync module, I can transfer from VMware to AWS cloud. So for this particular video, I'll show you the concept and the configuration, how you can use DataSync to transfer data from one place to another place. So let's carry over the theoretical part first. So AWS DataSync makes it simple and fast to move large amount of data online between on-premise storage and AWS S3 or EFS or FSx, which is a Windows file server environment from Amazon. You cannot use EFS when it comes to the Windows environment. So there is another module called FSx that we have to use for Windows environment. Manual tasks related to data transfer can slow down the migration and burden is to the IT operations team. So just imagine guys, if you have to transfer terabytes of data from your on-premise data center to AWS cloud, how much time it will take. So you have to make a communication first, then either with the help of S3 bucket or with the help of storage gateway, you have to travel the data from your on-premise to AWS cloud. So when you are transferring data into terabytes from one place to another place, it takes hell lot of time to complete that operation, right? But with the help of AWS DataSync, we can achieve that speed up to 10x. So for example, if I'm getting, let's say, 1 Mbps per second for transferring data from AWS cloud to on-premise data center or the other way, with the help of DataSync, we can get up to 10 Mbps. As an example, I'm talking about. Okay. DataSync eliminates or automatically handles many of these tasks, including your script copy jobs, schedule and monitoring transfer, validating data, optimizing network utilization as well. DataSync software agents connects to your network file system, which is NFS or SMB blocks storage, and your self-managed object storage, so you don't have to modify your application. This is one of the best thing with DataSync. You don't have to worry about your application configuration. It has to be managed by DataSync in background without impacting your application infrastructure. So without impacting, you can just transfer your data or you can just sync your data from one place to another place. DataSync can transfer hundreds of terabytes and millions of files at the speed of 10 times faster than the open source tool over the internet or direct connect. So it's the same concept. We are getting faster speed as compared to the normal speed, right? Now, there are like few more points. DataSync also do the data encryption and validation in background. We can schedule our task to transfer the jobs or transfer the file system, and file system integration and metadata preservation. So we don't have to worry about these stuff because these stuffs are getting handled in background when it comes to the transfer of data from one place to another place. And what are the benefits we are getting? Simplify job and automate the transfer job. Move the data with higher speed, reduce the operational cost. So like lot of things comes with the money, right? And if we are reducing the cost, the operational cost, then obviously the best part to go with the data sync when you are heavily loaded on Amazon Web Services. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of the theoretical concept, what data sync is all about, what are the services it provides, how much this is useful when it comes to migrating from one place or on-premise data center to AWS cloud or within AWS cloud. Okay. Now, next step is our practical demo. So let's jump to our AWS Management Console. So this is my AWS Management Console. I'm into my EC2 dashboard. I was doing some stuff with my Amazon Linux, so that's why I have only one instance running over here. And again, we will use this concept to check whether the data sync is happening correctly or not. Now, the scenario for the day, what I will be going to do, I will transfer my data from S3 bucket to Elastic File System. And I will show you the Elastic File System by mounting it to this particular Amazon Linux instance, whether the data sync is happening correctly or not. And what are the options are available when it comes to data sync. Okay, so let's go to services and search for data sync. Okay, open in a new tab, and I will open EFS as well in a new tab because we will require that EFS plus S3 just to show you what I have in S3 bucket. Okay, so as you can see, I don't have any data sync job created, so this will be a fresh build for me. So click on data sync first. Okay, so these are the two locations, that's fine. So let's go to EFS. EFS, I don't have any file system as well over here. And again, if you're not aware of the concept of EFS, Elastic File System, I have already done a demo of EFS long back. So I'll share the video link. Please go through that if you're not aware of the concept of EFS and the configuration of EFS. S3, I have multiple buckets, but for this video, I guess I can use this one because I have bit of data over here. Okay, so we'll be going to sync these data to our EFS file system. So first of all, let me show you some configuration on the VPC side as well. So I have few public and private subnets and the route tables with internet gateways. Let's go to subnets. Okay, as you can see, I have like public and private subnets. So I'll be going to use public and private combination to configure our EFS file system. So first of all, let's create EFS file system. I'll create the data sync because after this, because that requires some sort of information while configuring the data sync agent. And again, data sync is an agent based system, right? So let's create a file system, give it name as data sync test within my VPC, this one, create. Okay, this is available. Let's go inside this and you can see general metrics over here, metered size, monitoring, tags and everything, access point and network. As of now, it's totally blank because this is a new EFS that we have created. This is the ID which we'll be going to use. Click on attach and click on manage mount targets. Now, in which availability zone? So I'm going to use my VPC at the mount target. So I'm going with public and private combination in US West 2A. Let's select this one, security group. So I already have a data sync security group created as part of the system, which is open across the world. Availability zone 2, and I'm going to select this one. And for this, let's do private SSH and save. Okay, these two are in creating state. So let's wait for this to complete. Let's go to data sync. Okay, so to make data sync working, we have to create an agent for data sync. So let's go to agent section, create an agent. Now here are few different options. If you are using VMware vCenter in your on-premise, then you have to download an image, which is an OVF file, and you have to install and create a machine within your on-premise data center site. Let's click here. we have kernel-based virtual machine, we have Microsoft Hyper-V and Amazon EC2. For this video, as I said, we are transferring data from S3 bucket to our EFS. So let's select EC2 because we'll be operating within our Amazon environment. Now create EC2 instance using AMI provided in our user guide. So let's click learn more. Okay, so deploy your agent as EC2 instance to read files from in cloud. So here like few options that we have to create. You can use your agent to transfer data between two locations, including cross region and cross account transfer. Doing this enable you to perform the following tasks: transfer data, migrate from self-managed file system to FSx, transfer data from S3 to in-cloud file system, and all those stuff. Something that what we are looking for to choose the agent AMI, because to create an instance you have to select an AMI provided by Amazon. So that's something given by Amazon itself. So let's copy this and I'm going to open my terminal. Let me maximize this a bit. Okay, so every region has a different AMI. That's why they have given as this. I'm operating from West, so US West 2. And for this, I'm going to use the profile that I have already have over here to operate the CLI hyphen profile, and let's go take in cloudy way. Click enter. Let's see. Okay, so here are the parameters. This is the value of an AMI. Okay, let's copy the value of an AMI that we will be going to provision our EC2 instance. Okay, so in the next part, the same response has been given over here. To deploy your agent as an EC2, copy this one. Okay, let's copy this. Now we have to give an AMI ID, and this is a browser base. I'm just trying to create that URL. So region is US West 2. Awesome. This has been done. Copy this. Let's go to one of our browser and hit. This will be going to open up our AMI launch console. So I'm going with T2 Micro, which is the free version of Amazon. Configure. VPC is my VPC. I'm going to provision this in public subnet. Let's enable the IP. Next. Storage is 80 gigs. Next. Let's give this name as DataSync. Configure the security group. Select security group DataSync. As you can see, it's open from all over the world. So instead of opening it all over the world, you have to open a specific port, which is 2049 NFS port. So let's create a new one. DataSync 1. Copy and paste. NFS port 2049 from my CIDR range. Review and launch. Launch. Let's use the key pair and launch an instance. Okay, so this will be going to take bit of time to provision, like few seconds. So we have to wait because we will be going to use the IP address of this particular instance in our DataSync agent. So let's go to DataSync. As we have selected Amazon EC2, the service endpoint is public service endpoint in US West. Now they're like different one. You can create a VPC endpoint which is on a private network, like using private link, or FIPS service endpoints. Totally depend upon the requirement. So I'm just trying to show you the concept because I don't have created multiple scenarios over here. It's just a simple concept that I'm trying to cover and how you can configure your data transfer within AWS. Okay, so next we have to provide the agent address, which is the IP address of our DataSync agent. So for example, let's go to instance. This is the IP address. Let's copy this and go to DataSync, get the key. If instance has been provisioned successfully, then we'll be able to see the activation key. Otherwise, we have to wait for a moment. It's surfing, so let's wait. Meanwhile, let's go to EFS. Okay, these two are available, and one of the IPs that we have to use just to check whether we are having a data sync properly done or not. So let's go to data sync again. Still trying to get the key. Okay, so we got the activation key. Okay, now give the agent name. Let's say S3 to EFS transfer. You can give the tagging, create an agent. Agent is created and the status is online. Now, the next step is to create a task, to initiate a task so that the data from S3 bucket to EFS gets transferred. Click on create task within an agent, create a new location. Location type, you can see you can transfer it from, this is the source location, EFS, FSX, NFS, S3 bucket, SMB, and the object storage. I'm going to select S3 as my source, choose the bucket. Let's select this one, standard folder structure, choose a prefix, which is fine. I don't want to have that. Now here is an IAM role that it has automatically created. If you are doing it for the first time, then there is an option called auto generate. Just click on auto generate. This will be going to create your IAM role. So click next. Destination, it will go to EFS, SMB, or object storage. Let's click on this, select the agent, NFS server IP. So for that we have to go to EFS and select this one as our public subnets. So this is my public subnet IP. Paste it, mount path, let's go with the root. Additional settings, you can see NFS version, select the NFS version you want DataSync to use for mount point. You can do it manually, select any one of this, or automatic with the latest one. Click next, name, leave the option as it is. It will be going to verify only the data transfer. The options are integrity check during data transfer or verify all data in destination. Okay, click next. You can have your CloudWatch group. Again, it can be created with the help of auto generate option, or you can create by your own. Click next, review this, create task. Okay, now this is into a creating state. This will take bit of time to run the job. Now, once this is in available state, we have to start this just to initiate a data sync. So that's how the configuration works when you work with your data sync agent. We just have to wait for a few more seconds. Okay, the task is already available. Let's go inside it and click on start. Before doing that, you can schedule this task. You can see the history, filters, options, whatever you have selected. Okay, so click on start. Start the task. Now this is running. What this will be going to do, this will be transfer the data from your S3 bucket to our EFS. This will take again bit of time, like within a minute, because I don't have that much of data within my S3 bucket. So it will be completed within few seconds, like 30 or 40 seconds. Meanwhile, let's go to our EC2 instance because we have to check whether data is getting transferred to EFS or not. For that, let's go to our test system, which I created long back, and let's try to connect this. So this will be copy. I'm going to terminal. So first of all, we have to mount our EFS system with this particular instance. So we have a certain step to do the configuration. Okay, so let's go to downloads and archive because I have my PEM key over there. Paste it, enter. I want to connect, yes. Okay, I have to use EC2 user. One sec. EC2 hyphen user. Enter. And we are connected. Clear. I'm going to sudo. Now we have to do some of the step for the configuring or to attach your EFS file system with this particular instance. I'm going to use our NFS client. Let me do yum update, as that will install the latest client. Meanwhile, this is happening. Let's go to our DataSync. Refresh this. I guess it's already completed. Let's go to history. Yeah, you see 15 seconds. So file has been transferred to our EFS file system. So we just have to wait for this to complete and we will try to configure our EFS first just to check the data. Now click on attach. You will get a mount command for that. Okay, this is completed. Let me clear this and let me create a directory. mkdir should be EFS and copy this mount. So this is with the help of EFS mount helper, or you can use EFS NFS client. So mostly I'm going to use this because mount helper is not there on my system, I believe. Enter. This has been mapped. So let me do df-h and you can see it's mounted over here. Let's go inside EFS, do ls-l and see this, guys. I have folders test 1 2 3, unsafe, Abhishek, and rest of the other particular file like image definitions.zip and all those stuff. So let us verify first. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 objects. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So all data has been synced from S3 bucket to EFS. Now while doing the transfer, this create the data sync agent also creates some of its own file. So to list that, let's do ls-al. See this dot AWS DataSync dot double dot and all those stuff. So additionally we are getting 3 more files. So in total we are having 11 files or 11 objects within my EFS file system. Okay, so that means our data sync agent is working fine, and the same process you have to do while transferring the data from your on-premise data center to AWS cloud. For that, what you have to do, again go to the agents, create agent. Here you have to download the OVF file, that's the image, and you have to create the same EC2 instance kind of a machine, a VMware machine within your VMware environment. Once you've done that, you can start transferring the data from your on-premise data center and to AWS with certain level of configuration. Okay, so I hope this clears a lot in terms of what data sync as a service is all about, how to do the configuration when it comes to data center to AWS or within AWS from S3 to EFS or S3 to FSX. Instead of EFS, you can select FSX as well when it comes to your Windows environment. So just try it out on your environment because this is one of a good service with a better speed on as compared to the traditional transfer job. You will get a higher speed and it will going to reduce the time effort, the operational cost as well, and very kind of useful service from Amazon Web Services. Just try it out on your account, and If you're facing any issue, place out a comment in comment section. I'll be there to help you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.